Really short video today. People were asking about the wiring for my RAM radio, so I'm going to show you that it is straight plug and play. There's like 3 things you plug in, no wiring, no splicing. I'm also going to talk about this voltage, amperage, this USB ohm meter, and why I wanted to check some things out in my truck anyway as far as charging my phone. So short, easy video. Alright, I'm inside on the workbench and I want to demonstrate how this tool works and the purpose behind it. So this is a USB ohm meter, for lack of a better description. It's pretty accurate. It measures the voltage and amperage of any device you plug into it. So let me place this here. And I'll plug this in and you'll see it gets a voltage almost right away. Oh, upside down. Make it viewer friendly. You'll see it's reading 5 volts, which you want. I'm going to plug in my phone into the other side, and you should see it start to draw. So you'll see that it's dropped to 4.7 volts, and it's almost 1 amp. So right now, the computer is feeding 1 amperage of basically 4.8 volt power to my phone. I'm going to change this over to a pure charging port. Let's see if it looks any different. So this port's only for charging. See, 1.5 amps. So it's got more of the power dedicated to charging. So and this is a good charging. So the 1 amp won't really add much to your battery. It's not pushing hard enough. 1.5 is where you want to be. Let me find a wall charger and I'll try to show you the same thing. Okay, now I'm next to my bed and I've got my charger I use at night. You can see it runs down to just a power strip designed to have USB plugged into it. So same drill. I'll plug it in. See, same 5 volts. Plug the phone in. One amp charging. Cool. This is my slow charge I do during the night while I sleep. So you see, if you have at least 5 volts and 1 amp, you will charge. I want to take this down to the truck and try to see why it's having difficulty charging. Back in the truck, just a refresher on how to remove this radio. 2 screws come out up here, you pull it out. And then this could be in the way, so if you want to put it down into the manual mode, it makes it low enough to come right out pretty easily. All right, I'm going to do that. So let me do this. Put it park. Turn everything off. So nothing in ignition. I'm going to remove the screws. You can watch me do this. All right. Ooh, that's pretty. Hello, glasses. All right. You see, I have Phillips because I have this very cool little profile. Oh, before I do this, let me test the voltage coming out of there, so I have to read them in the truck. All right, so this, as you remember from prior videos, plugged into the back of this. So I'm gonna run my new ohm meter up to it. And first, make sure that we're getting 4.8. It's a little low. All right, let's put it on this guy. 4.8 still. And then let's put the phone on and see what we get. So what I was experiencing was it would go off and on. See, like that, it blinked a little bit, especially while driving. And it's only 0.061 amps. It's very low amperage. So the phone may not be recognizing that it's charging. So I want to dig deeper and see if it's the cable I used or if it's something else. So let me remove these screws and pull this out. All right, screw till it's loose. Screw till it's loose. This whole thing comes off. That guy feeds through there. Remember, we bought this model just for that very reason. This goes right there, and then Yankee Panky. And then what I can do, I can put her in gear. I got the parking brake enabled. Put it down to manual mode. And then this comes out much easier. I can work it out. And for all those naysayers, it's a direct plug and play. That big black thing plugs into that big black thing. That white thing plugs into that other thing. And that's it. That's all there is. There's nothing else. Two things plug in. The antenna and this. There's a USB cord which goes to that. That thing right there. That plugs in as well. That's that guy back there. You see him back there? That's it. Nothing else plugs in. So I used to use the cigarette lighter one. Let's see what it pumps out. So 5.2, a little higher voltage. And pushing half an amp. Oh, almost 1.5 amps. So yeah, this is a nice charger. This charges quickly. All right, let's try. The one we got in here is gonna be very, very similar. Get this thing. This is all stuff on my wife's phone, though. Got all her stuff on it. Let's see if this guy lights up. All right, I need the adapter kit for that. All right, let's plug this into this guy. Let's see what she's got here. .8 over an amp. Yeah, charging power. So I'm gonna try this cord, run it through there, and then see if maybe this cord's the problem. Because it's possible. I doubt it, but it's possible. It's a little bit stronger, 4.6, only 0.22 amps though. Let's try plugging it onto the mount here. 4.7.06 amps. So you see the green, red, and black and white. Those are USB. There's two of them. There's a 4-pin and a 6-pin with the 2 left pins empty. One runs to this thing which goes to the armrest. I'm testing that with my spare I got from this guy, and you'll see it's still really low voltage. So the next thing I want to check, I'll reassemble everything. I'm going to see if maybe there's a setting in here that controls the voltage out on those. So it's something worth looking at. But this system is only putting out 4.7 volts and 0.06 amps, which is way too low in amperage. It should be charging. It's not charging amperage. Just out of curiosity, I bypassed this thing again. Not much better numbers. Voltage is still low. Amperage is still really low. Adding a surprise third thing to this video. People were asking about the customization. I got the nice RAM logo in here, so I'll go into car settings, and I want to explore some of the device settings. You know, like, I don't know, no device start, car link. I'm just going to try some stuff out here, and then in a minute I'm going to go deeper and show you how I customize it. So, interesting. Just turning that gave me a slightly higher amperage. Let's try it through here. Let's try it through here. Yeah, still that real low voltage. All right, let's try something else. All right, for this model, we're going to developer options. For this model, the pin is 3368. Your model may differ. So let's see what we're gonna look at here. Enable fuse, like bug up. Select USB configuration. Oh, look at that. There's a charging version. Charging, media transfer, USB tether, audio source, MIDI. So, all right, let's go there. Bluetooth audio input. I wonder if it did anything right away. Hasn't changed on that yet. Let's see. Disable USB, strict mode, don't keep activities, I don't care, all this stuff. Alright, USB. Select USB configuration. Charging. That still says picture. Is there an apply? USB mode. I don't speak that language. I wonder if my Google Translate can. Let's see. Translate. Off camera, please. Google Translate camera. Host mode, device mode. I don't know if that's going to help me do anything. Alright. Let's go back in. 3368. Let's see if it took. USB. Charging. Alright, so now that's still plugged in there. Let's plug it into the phone. See what we got. 0.2 amps, so where we were before, so no real big difference there. Okay. But it may leave a more steady connection, which is good. Alright, let's see. People were asking about the wallpaper. So you can file transfer wallpaper using USB in here. So the way I got this desktop on here, I went to the apps, and I went to file manager here, and then you can see you can browse to different USB ports, and you can transfer USB files over, and that brings it over to here. So then you can make your background. You can see on my background is that Dodge logo, which looks really nice. Just takes you back there. That's really all it was, is I did a file transfer from my USB, had it, and then I moved it over to the photos here on the internal storage. You can put on a DCIM camera, and you can put files in here. You can also put them, oops, internal. And basically the way you copy stuff over, if I went to, you know, like the download here, there's the Android logo there. So you can copy. That's what I did. I had a couple, I tried different sizes out. I found what I liked. So I just went to my phone, found the picture, hit copy, moved it to the download folder here, and then from the download folder I was able to go to apps here, gallery, go into the gallery and make background. Let's go back here, see here that is. Click on it, and then you can make it the background. That's it. That's set succeeded. There we go. That's the background. That's all there is to it. Again, there's a bunch that came with this stupid thing. That's the logo I like. That's the logo I'm going to use. The transparent one didn't come out right. I didn't know how to handle it. I'm not going to make it the background. I had, you know, different copies of RAM logos just to see. Some look stupid, some look really dumb, but I found one that looked good. So now go back to my home screen here. There's my background. Cool, easy enough. So I couldn't find a setting to make this powerful enough for my needs. I have an idea. I got a great idea. So this thing works really good, right? And you can see down there, there's a hole I can feed up through and bring that through here. I don't need it to be USB connector here. I just need a charge on long trips. So I'm gonna try that out for a while. Run that up through there. Let this guy, which gives me 1.5 amps, run all the way up through here, and just push that guy down and maybe use him later. So since this wasn't strong enough to properly charge my phone whenever I wanted to, I'm gonna run this up through that little hole right there. I'm just gonna tuck it behind all of this and you can barely see it. So you can see what I did, I just ran it down there, down through the hole, and then that's what's coming up through here. This has much higher voltage and amperage than this radio did, so it should charge the phone much better. Let's do a test. We'll do a test on what we want. My case may have been part of the problem too, but you see I got it in a good position. It's magnetic, 5 volt over 1 amp. This is what you want. This is ideal charging right here. Screen is staying off. When it senses charging, it'll like light up and you can see the charger blink, but right now it's holding it charging. It's just charging and doing nothing else. It's off the, so I'm gonna leave this plugged in for a couple days and drive around with it, make sure it holds, but try out different positions. Cause so part of this equation might have been my case. I gotta have it like that for it to work right. So it goes, drops down, goes back up, which is fine. Keeps a low profile. I got much stronger voltage and amperage out of this than out of the radio here. For my next video, I think I'll do the conversion, which makes this thing work more than just charging with that. We can actually send a signal. So I'll say that for the next video. And one more time, just to show that the only things that plug in is black to black there, antenna to antenna, USB to USB. The CAN bus, which came with this pre-programmed. If you have a non-factory backup camera, you get that. If you got like a DVR for a front camera, there's another yellow cable for that. There's, what's this? This is a microphone. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff, but no splice wired at all. It's all plug and play. So, all right, we're gonna make sure everything's sitting up there in this little compartment. And then we're just gonna gently push her in. All right, quick recap. So we demonstrated once again how to remove the radio from a RAM 1525-100 generation 4. I demonstrated that the model I purchased, and I'll put a link to it in the comments, straight plug and play. There was the main signal cable, USB cable, antenna. If you have a factory backup camera, there's a plug for that. Mine's in the mirror, so I didn't need to move the backup camera over, so there's no splicing involved. And I don't have an aftermarket backup camera, so I didn't have to plug anything over there. It was a straight plug and play, mostly because my version of the RAM has the backup camera in the mirror. It's embedded in the mirror. It's kind of cool. I like it up there. I also talk about how these units have low voltage coming out of them, so they may not be adequate to charge your phone, depending what model you have. I've got a Pixel 6, a little more high demand phone. And then lastly, I showed how to go into configurations, how to password can be changed based on your model, and also how to set your desktop. But you gotta know that password. Yeah, mine's 3368. I know some Androids will do it based on, you can hack it by entering in the year, date, and day. You can enter 7890 and then the hour number. So like it's 3 o'clock, you put in the afternoon, put 789015. So you guys can Google ways to hack your Android. It's dumb as a password. What's our password? Who cares? Go in there and have fun with it. I think they're worried about people not knowing what they're doing, breaking it. But yeah, so still very happy with the system. Now that I have the charger using the one I plug in, what I may do in the future update is splice into the cigarette lighter up inside of it and put a permanent connection in there and run that up. That way I have access to the cigarette lighter, but I've got like 4 cigarette lighters this thing plugged. I don't need extra. So. All right, until next time, keep upgrading your life.